Friends, welcome to the second session of our discussion on Union Budget 2021. In the previous session, we have already understood that what are the components of the budget. We have also understood the background in which budget is prepared. We have understood what is our state of our credit rating, what is state of inflation, what is the state of GDP. All these things we have understood, and what kind of constraint a finance minister is facing, keeping in mind how much discretion is available. Anyway, money has to be spent, and revenue has to be earned, and what is the scope of earning revenue, what are the sources of generating revenue, we have already seen, and where money has to go, that also we know. Keeping all this thing in mind, budget has been prepared, and as a result, what has happened, budget has shown some deficit, and we have seen what are the various kinds of deficits which are there in the budget, and what is the impact of those deficits. We are going to learn that thing. Okay, so now we'll start from that point, from the point of analysis of deficits we are going to do. But again, I repeat, exactly, we are not analyzing the project, we are in fact learning the project. Okay, and from a student's point of view, we are only learning. Don't think that we are doing any kind of critical analysis of the project, right? So I am going to share the screen right now. So as you know, budget has resulted these kinds of deficits: revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, etc. We have discussed in our previous class. The definitions are also here, or not exactly definition. The meaning of these deficits are explained. Revenue statistics you have already shown. The entire deficit is called as fiscal deficit, which shows the borrowing requirement, and part of that deficit is explained as primary deficit. Primary deficit means fiscal deficit minus interest payments. Then revenue receipt also forms a part of fiscal deficit. That is revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt. And a part of revenue receipt is referred to as effective revenue receipt, which is the revenue receipt minus grants for creation of capital asset. So these are the four kinds of deficits we see in the budget. These are the value of those deficits. So this is the main thing now, right? 150 lakh crores of rupees, which needs to be financed through borrowing. And you already know India's credit rating position. So if the government tries to borrow more, so it has to face the consequences, right? And I had already shown you the deficit statistics. We are in fact in the previous class analyzing the impact of fiscal deficit. As you know, it will increase the cost of capital, right? Money has to be borrowed by the government, but borrowing has got a cost. Borrowing has got some interest has to be paid. So borrowing cost will increase when government borrows at a particular cost. So government will be also financing at a cost. And when government borrows, government's borrowing increases, scope of borrowing is less, becomes less for the private sector. As a result, what happens? There is a huge demand of capital, but borrowing possibilities are less. The cost of capital increases. When the cost of capital increases, manufacturing sector is discouraged. Manufacturing is no more competitive, becomes less competitive, because cost of production might be less, but interest cost is high. So that will bring the total cost higher. Are you getting? When the manufacturing become difficult, what will happen? People will depend upon import. When you import more, what will happen? It will disturb your trade balance. Export less, import more. If manufacturing will be more, export will be more. But manufacturing is becoming more costly because cost of capital is more. So it will adversely affect the trade balance. Right? When trade balance is affected, that country will not generate more foreign exchange. Is it not? When the country is not generating more foreign exchange, it will affect the country's paying capacity. It has borrowed loan, but how it can pay? Paying capacity will get affected. Is it not? And when country will face difficulty in paying capacity, what will happen? Credit rating will be further reduced. When credit rating reduces further, it will again increase the cost of capital. So this is the cycle, I think you can understand. So country will move in that circle. Are you getting impact of fiscal
Yes.
deficit? Okay. So to the extent it is manageable, then it's fine. So here we are having around 7% of our GDP. It's okay. But you see, if it increases, see, this is the risk country is going to face. I think you are able to appreciate this,
Yes.
right? Yeah. Here at this stage, then what is the way? Anyway, money has to be spent, no? And government has planned to spend money on all these sector. This is the planning. Money has to spend in this sector. Just have a comparison. You see, agriculture. This particular blue, deep blue or royal blue color stands for 21-22 estimate. Okay, this light blue, sea blue color, this is for 2021 revised estimate, and this is for 1920. You see, expenditure on agriculture has been increased. Education expenditure, education has been increased. Health sector, last year it was increased. You know the situation. What is the reason for that? Okay, entire country faced this pandemic situation. Uh, so this year expenditure is little less. Rural development little less. Social welfare more. Transport more. Urban development more. So money has to be spent means it will bring fiscal deficit. Is it not? So consequences we know. So these are we have to see. And how quickly just we'll have the few important sector where money is allocated by the government. Just to have a brief idea, we are in fact not covering where various schemes that has been declared by the government that you anyway we are going to know from social media. Social media is already filled with budget highlights. You can go through that where money is planning to spend. Just have some broad idea that these are the sectors government has addressed. Amount on Manrega, the amount allocation is less this time. PM Kisan, almost same level of money is going to spend. More money is going to spend as you've seen in education. On National Health Mission, more money is going to spend. Jal Jeevan Mission, money allocated substantially more. Okay, similarly for these things for smart cities, allocation of money is more. Metro projects, more money is going to be allocated. These are the some of the projects where government is trying to spend more money. Overall, if you see the major allocation, these are the figures you see where money is allocated. Right. So Ministry of Defense, this much money is allocated. Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, this much money is allocated. Home Affairs, this much money you see. These are various amounts which are allocated to different ministries. Money allocated to Education Ministry, this much. So this talks about major allocations made by the government. Right. So allocations are for capital expenditure, allocations are for revenue expenditure, and earnings. You know the earnings. You know the expenditure. Consequently, we have seen the impact is fiscal deficit, and you know fiscal deficit. A part of the fiscal deficit is also revenue deficit. In the budget, you already know revenue deficits are there. Let us understand what is the meaning of revenue deficit. Revenue means your income. Ignoring capital receipt, whatever you are earning, that is a revenue receipt. Okay, excluding capital receipts, right? When I say there is a revenue receipt, that means we are living beyond our means. That means as if your income is 5,000, we are spending 6,000. You'll be having revenue deficit. Okay, are you getting?
Yes.
So you are living beyond your means. That is the meaning. We have to understand that. We have to also appreciate that is the situation. Then how to handle that situation? To borrow loan. Borrowing loan means you have to pay interest. Interest will also increase your revenue deficit. Is it not? And if you borrow more loan, then it will also affect your credit worthiness, meaning your credit rating also gets affected because of that. So that is the meaning of revenue deficit, and that's the consequence where one need to face. Okay, and what impacts fiscal deficit? I know how to adjust that thing. What can be done? Expenditure needs to be reduced. Revenue needs to be increased. How revenue needs to be increased? Through tax. Tax substance, you know, direct tax or indirect tax. So continuously you see tax reforms are being made by the government. As a result of which, if you analyze, we are seeing that day by day, number of taxpayers in direct tax is increasing. And also in indirect tax, various developments, improvements are there in the system, so that in indirect tax collections are also increasing. So tax collection has to be increased, expenditure has to be reduced. Okay, then also good balance of trade needs to be maintained, meaning you need to export more and import less. So these are some of the measures. If these measures are taken, then fiscal deficits can be addressed. Okay, so government has also planned, if deficits are there, how to address that fiscal deficit. You see, this is how government plan runs like this. Sources of financing fiscal deficit. So government has thought market borrowing this much of money. Okay, government, let us say government sector securities or treasury bills government will issue for this much of money. Securities against small savings, government will be issued that securities, people, small savers will be buying that thing, this much of money. State provident fund, this much money will be collected. Other receipt, this much money will be collected. External debt, this much money will be collected. Drawdown of the cash balance, that means you can say this is the money which is available with the Reserve Bank of India, this much money can be managed. This is how I had shown you, this is the total fiscal deficit, is it not? So government has planned this much of fiscal deficit can be managed like this. Did you understand? So
Yes.
fiscal deficit is there, also plan is there how to manage the fiscal deficit. Okay. Yeah. So if you see the sources of deficit financing, this is the history of trends. It shows how government has managed in different years. You see, this shows various things. This blue color, you see, this means securities against small savings. So this much of money will come from small savers. This is from state provident fund. This much money will be coming. I'm talking about budget estimates this much for 21-22. Right. So these are the various sources through which government has a plan to manage the fiscal deficit. Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if that is the budget, let us also, as I told you from the beginning, government has to manage GDP, manage the inflation, manage credit rating, manage people. All these things needs to be managed. Is it not? Now you see how budget impacts inflation also we need to understand. If fiscal deficit is more, it will have adverse effect on the inflation. Okay. So, inflation, a little inflation is okay because this motivates people to produce more because prices keeps on increasing. But inflation beyond a limit affects the purchasing power of the people. So adversely affect the people. So that needs to be controlled. Right. So how it is to be controlled? Okay, maybe provisions should be there in the budget in such a way that there is more liquidity in the market. So if the people want, they can borrow money at a cheap rate. When money is available at the cheap rate, cost of capital will be less. Cost of capital will be less. Cost of manufacturing will be less. So products, goods, and services will be available at a cheap price. Okay, so like this, government takes care of all these things. But now, big thing is that, or big issue is that uh, tax collection. That is again the source. Expenditure can be reduced and tax also can be collected uh, to address this kind of deficit. Okay, now many times people expect that tax rate needs to be brought down. Okay, but as you see in this current budget, tax rate, individual tax rate, income tax rate is unaffected. That means what was there in the previous year, the same rate has continued. Here also, as a students of management, we need to understand, is it necessary to, let us say, increase tax slab, or to brought down the tax rate? We need to understand that. It's okay. To understand that thing, let me share with you some background again. You see, so far as individuals are concerned, in India, you got a basic exemption limit. I think some of you are aware of this. That means up to 2,50,000 rupees, no tax, if you are an
Yes.
individual. And also there is a rebate. Because of that rebate, if somebody's total income is up to 5 lakh, because of that effect also, no tax is there. So there is a basic exemption limit we enjoy in India. But if you go to other countries like China, USA, UK, South Africa, there is no such limit. You pay on every rupee that you earn, or every yen you earn, or every dollar you earn. Okay, there is no basic exemption limit. In India, we have that thing. We enjoy that basic exemption limit. So this is the kind of positive things. Keeping in the mind the kind of people we are having in our country. Okay, and if you talk about the what is the maximum marginal rate in different countries, that is the highest rate. India, we have different kind of tax slabs up to certain income, 5%, then 20%, then 30%. Companies pay 30%, in some cases 25%, some cases 22%. These are the rates available in the corporates, applicable to corporates. But if you go to the other countries, UK, highest rate is almost 50%. China, 45%. South Africa, 40%. US, 35%. So if you compare, India rates are lower or higher? If you make
very much lower.
Very low. Yeah. But that's also good. You have to take care of your people also. When you make the budget, you have to satisfy your people. Right. So you see rates are higher, rates are lower, not only lower, day by day it is coming down. Okay. And this is for assessment year 21-22 and also for 22-23. This is the rate applicable in India, which is, as you have seen, in comparison to international rate, these rates are very, very low. Okay. And India also this time, it was brought in the last budget, and this budget is also applicable. We have now 7 tax slabs. This is an optional slab for the individual: 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, 30%. So different, keeping in mind the income, different category of people. So different kind of tax slabs are suggested. Okay, it has already been suggested in the previous budget, and that is also applicable in the current year. Okay, low income, no tax. Okay, little more tax. So like this provision is there. That's why it is called as the progressive system. So tax rate will progressively increase as your income goes up. So that is the system we are having in our country. Okay, and this shows the rate applicable to various companies. India companies sometimes 15, 25%, in some situation 22%, some situation 15%. And many situations 30% tax rates are available. It is still individual taxes I have seen. In the corporate sector, if you see, tax rates are still lower in India. Is it not? So then if it is lower, having understood this at this background, then we have to think whether we should expect more concessions in the tax rate or less. Because money has to be collected, otherwise fiscal deficit cannot be addressed. And how to collect money? You already know the number of taxpayers that we are having in our country. Previous session I discussed that thing. So expecting lowering tax, then again we have to think whether we are expecting right thing or wrong. Okay, so this is the kind of tax slab we are having. Yeah. Now last part we will be discussing in our discussion. You have already seen various schemes on which government has planned to spend money. So at this stage, since most of you are going to in future, you will be the nation builder. You'll be helping the government, helping the country to plan various things. You'll be running your own business, or you'll be doing your job and contribute to the country. So you have to now think that where we need to spend money. I will just give you some thought. Think about that, where money spending is required. Some areas, let us just try to see. This particular table shows the adult literacy in various countries. That means how many people are literate. In US, 99%, Russia, 99%, China, 91%, India, how much?
61.
So this gives you some idea that where we need to spend money. That is one thing. Now look at the health sector. This shows number of doctors per 1 lakh people. In US, this is of course historical data, little old data, but still it gave us some idea. So these many 250 doctors per 1 lakh people. China, how much? 106. In India,
Only 67.
this gives us one more thought that where money we need to spend. And also you have an idea about the life expectancy. In USA, okay, 78, China 73, and India 64 years. This is the years. Now, one more thing we'll see. Country, the number of a mobile, this is again little old statistics, but still you see number of mobile connections per 100 people. 100 people, how many connections are there? Okay, this has not been updated, but still we'll have some idea. In USA, per 100 people, there are 124 phones. Okay, many people having multiple phones. USA, let us say 88, in China 47. These are little old data. It might have improved. India, it might have increased, not 29, it is more than that. But still, everybody is not having phones. There are many people or many citizens who do not have phones. Okay, these are some ideas which give us a thought that where we need to spend money. Okay, I think we have discussed many things, and what is more important at this stage, you have seen one more important thing, that maximum part of the money goes to interest. So borrowing needs to be controlled, right? And also it goes to defense. So if you can have good relationship with our neighboring countries, then we will be able to definitely save a lot of money. Not only you, our neighboring countries will also be saving a lot of money. Okay, so these are, you see, what I feel, these are the major areas where scope is there. Lot of scope is there to bring an improvement in the budget. Okay, and reduce the fiscal deficit, and the same money can be spent on development areas. Okay, interest payment,
Yes.
it's not used, but we have to pay that money. Defense also, because of the situation, that money needs to be spent. So with this fairly, I think we have covered a very brief level, very broad level understanding of the budget. Okay, if you have any query, please raise it quickly. So maybe another 5-10 minutes we'll spend for that. Feel free to ask your query. I'll try to address that.
Yes, sir, I have certain questions.
Yeah, please.
Many of my friends also raised that question that as you have seen, as you have presented that India has very cheap credit rating like triple,
Yeah,
triple B
credit
minus.
rating is low.
So very low.
Yeah.
So, sir, is it only for the reason that we have high amount of fiscal deficit, like 7 to 8 or 9% in the previous year due to pandemic or whatever the reason? So, is it only for the fiscal deficit or other reasons maybe there
No, no,
for?
no. There are many other reasons. You see, credit rating depends upon your paying capability. Paying capability is related to your earning capability. Okay. Basically, two things matters here. One is your willingness to pay and ability to pay. Willingness, no doubt about it. India as a country will definitely willing to pay. But ability depends upon people's income and depends upon how many people are paying tax and what is the growth we are expecting in the tax collection. So all these things matters. So it is not that let us say only because of there is fiscal deficit, credit rating has gone down. It is nothing like that. But definitely fiscal deficit has a substantial contribution to this lowering credit deficit. If that can be improved, credit rating can be improved.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my next question is about disinvestment. Sir, as we have seen that the previous year as corona pandemic has hit worst in every countries of the world. So we have seen that our revenue receipt is very much lower than we have expected previous year.
Okay.
So my question is that so now the government is trying to disinvestment is many of the PSUs and LIC IPO will be coming in the next few months. So
Yeah.
so basically government is trying to disinvestment in his in the pocket, in his own pocket. He tries to actually release some block money in the various PSUs, and the recently various the farm laws in which government introduces the corporates into various industries like airlines,
Okay.
corporates into the farm law. So,
Okay. So
sir,
yeah, I
are
think
you thinking?
I understand that your question is that your comment on the disinvestment proposals by the government.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. So this is purely, you can say, personal comment. So for academic interest, we will be analyzing. We are not going to
Yes, sir.
actually analyze or criticize any government. You see, whatever is done for the country only. Whatever proposal is
Yes,
there, it is for the country only. So let us see. So what my view in this context is that government should not do any business, right? Government should focus on the governance. Let us say government should do Government should focus on education. Government should focus on defense, etc. And governance, right? Government should not produce aluminum. Government should not produce steel. Maybe there was a time when capital was not there in the country, so government was initiating all these activities, right? So better that should be handed over to people who are good at doing business. Okay, government can collect taxes. So if you think from that point of view, so I don't think there is anything wrong if there's a disinvestment plan. So let that company, disinvestment means what? Equities will be owned by the people.
Yes, sir,
If the
retail.
government
Yes, sir.
equity will be owned by the people. If my people of my country is owning a company, what's wrong in it? So that is
Yes.
what, from that angle, I am thinking. Maybe critics may think it from different angle. So that is their view.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
as a business analyst or as a students of business management, what I feel, if somebody else is there doing business and it's a business, if business is maximizing the wealth, we'll be able to maximize the wealth of our country, right? Whether government is the owner or anybody is the owner,
Yes.
that hardly matters. Okay, if government is relieved from the business, the government can focus more on governance, is it not?
Government. Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is my
Little
opinion.
government.
People may differ.
More.
People may differ.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other question?
Yes, sir. Sir, what are your views about the import duties which were actually applied on various commodities like cotton, aluminum? So, is it only for Atmanirbhar Bharat or something else?
Import duty, etc. Time to time that gets monitored. Okay, right.
Yes, sir.
So accordingly, government is always trying to rationalize that thing, as we are discussing maybe some time ago. So first of all, if you are planning to promote international trade, practically you think there should not be any duty, so that free trade can happen. That is the ideal situation. Okay, but
Across the
we don't live
borders.
in an ideal situation, right? So we should
Yes, sir.
encourage that. Let us say imports. Let us say we should encourage some kind of business relationship to our friendly countries. So we will be favoring our friendly countries, and we'll create some unfavorable situation to our unfriendly countries also, right? And sometimes when we feel our domestic industry gets affected, so import duties are made in such a way that they're protected. So government has many concerns to monitor that. That's why government has also, in some with regards to some items, finance minister has proposed that they'll rationalize. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that is the attempt government is making. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, my question is, sir, in education, the GST is 18%, and according to the previous year, it was the amount the government have submitted, that is 99,000 crore, but this year it is like 93,000 crore. Sir, why in this year it is given less importance to the education? I think it should be more important to promote digital education. We are doing like we are doing in Zoom classes or digital economy education. So it is that which I don't understand very clearly.
Okay, I have to actually check the figures that how much money was there in education was spent and how much money was spent last year, how much money was proposed to be spent in this year. I'm not sure
Yes, sir.
uh, what you told, whether that figures are right or wrong. But still, I will say you have already understood now what are the constraints with the government. Okay, it is not that every year money is that money you are going to spend, it will increase. We have already seen how much money we are already having. What is our, let's say, committed outflow? We have to spend that money, and after
Yes,
that
sir.
we have to spend money. Let us say on interest. We have to spend. We have to pay salary. We have to pay pension. We have to spend money on defense. Then whatever is left, then we have to attach priorities. That doesn't mean that one particular sector is neglected, right? If you think from the finance minister's point of view, you will definitely understand. You see, this much money is there. I have to allocate all these sectors, and
Yes,
that's what
yes,
finance minister, as a finance manager, is doing that. Is it not?
yes.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
therefore maybe some sector money has to be reduced, some sector money has to be spent more. So they logically analyze that thing, on that basis decisions are taken. Okay, since money is a constraint, that has to be done. Every sector is important. Education is important, health is important, defense is important, which is unimportant. Regretting, but we have to
Yes, sir.
drop.
But there should be certain priorities.
Yeah, priorities has to be attached.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any other query you have?
Sir, my next question is, yes, sir. Sir, my next question is, sir, in this year, the government has majorly focused on long-term planning, like for the long term, like infrastructure and
Yeah,
healthcare,
right.
banking. But but in this year, they have not focused on the employees' point of view, rather focusing on the entrepreneurship to improve the employment sector.
Yeah,
So what that?
yeah, that is better. Now, what you feel?
Yes, that's
My independent opinion will be that there should be more and more entrepreneur. Okay, indirect employment should be there instead of directly employing people in the government sector. Is it
okay,
not?
sir.
If there is proper infrastructure, then
Yes,
automatically employment will be generated. So your point is that government has not focused more on employee sector.
yes, sir.
Any specifically schemes that
Schemes
like
related to
various
the.
Like,
schemes which were earlier focused. Yes.
mhm. Okay, maybe like that specific. There are also some schemes are there. We have already seen how budget are allocated to different schemes are there. So what is important is that schemes are not important. So we have already seen which sector money is spent and under which ministry their monies are spent. We have already seen that. Scheme can change, any scheme names vary, all these things, that doesn't matter. So what do you feel? The kind of money is spent in different sector, if you feel, and you yourself is saying this will generate, you can say, more entrepreneurs. Do you feel like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so from that point of view, if that is the message, that is that kind of message we are getting, then what I feel, that's good for the country. If more entrepreneurs will be there, employment will be automatically there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but views might be different. Different people may talk from different angle. This is from, let us say, from
Yes, sir.
common
Sir,
man point
but
of view.
that,
I feel it's okay.
sir, yes, but that's okay, but to improve entrepreneurship regarding that is long term basis. But like in the short term, many have lost job, many have faced many problems. For that, they may have considered something regarding for the employees. I
If you
think
are
so.
thinking of that kind of protection, okay,
Yes,
direct
sir.
support from government. If somebody has lost employment, okay, job, some kind of protection. Okay, some
Yes, sir.
social protection might be there. Maybe direct protection is not there. One has to find out his own way of
Yes,
managing
sir.
things. And that thing happens also. Very rarely you can find government directly supports in this kind of situation. Okay, even if, how to identify that people to whom support has to be extended, and what is the source of money, that is one more problem. There is a possibility of mismanagement of identifying people to whom support needs to be extended. Okay, it's a very difficult thing. Maybe it is very simple when we talk that government should extend this some facilities, but it's very difficult to implement.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right? Anything else? Anything else you'd like to
So,
discuss, or we'll wind up the session?
Yes, sir. We
so
will.
all the attendees or participants, if they have any doubt, so feel free to ask any questions because it is a question answer round. So you can unmute yourself and ask regarding any terms about budget and anything else. If not, then we can conclude our this session. Okay, sir. So I think others don't have any doubt, so we can conclude it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you,
I really
sir.
enjoyed talking to all of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Thank you
sir,
so
so much, sir, for an amazing webinar. Your
Thanks a lot.
experience actually made us understand what budget is all about. We're really appreciate your willingness to share your experience with us. We'll always be grateful to you for this. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.